Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, grateful recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day. Guys, please subscribe, please give the video a like, and share it with anybody who might get something out of it. And by all means, leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing, where you're at, what's going on. Guys, another beautiful day, right? Another day clean and sober. Another day I give reverence to my higher power. Um, I've been talking about for a few weeks now, on and off, that custom glass shower door job that I picked up. Well, I went and did that this morning, and again, I'd never done one before, but the customer asked. And the reason I share these guys is about letting you know you can, if you take the proper precautions, if you educate yourself, there's nothing you can't do. If you're mechanically inclined and you're seeing things done, don't be afraid to take it on yourself. Now, I did being that they're frameless tempered glass shower doors that were, I paid $1,600 for. I hired a friend of mine to give me a hand, just holding them in place while I set the clips and the brackets and the hinges, and it went phenomenally well. As a matter of fact, it was actually somebody I used to work with who actually helped me out a couple of times back when I was active, and he had won some money in a scratch ticket. He lent me $100 and didn't make me pay back for a month or two. So I was happy to throw him work, and I paid him I paid him like $50 an hour for the day, right? And he made out really well because I made good money in the job. And then he was actually still working at my former job, and he was telling me about how the company's going downhill quick. I'm so glad I got out of there when I did. But then he asked me if I could lend him a little bit of money, and so I did. As a matter of fact, what I did, I don't like to lend money, so what I did was I gave him double the pay that he was making for the day, and said, "You just take the next time I need a hand, come work for me again." And he was thrilled with that. Really, he really appreciated that. And again, it cut into my profit for the job, but again, I'm still made very good money. I've been making very good money, and I feel that was a good decision. It was paying back a favor to somebody that did me a favor in a time that he needed. His mother's birthday this week. He needed some extra money, and I feel really good about it. And again, I know I'm going to have him work with me again next time I need an extra pair of hands. I'll bring him on, and it made a big difference in his week. As a matter of fact, he thanked me 10 times, and then after I drove away, he texted me again a half hour later, letting me know, so listen, I really, really appreciate what you did. And like, you know what, that's great, guys. It's not that big a deal. It's, again, it's about being discerning when it's good to give them, when it's not. And the job went really well. It's funny, the customer had texted me this morning, let him know I was on my way over, and then he had asked me, he goes, Pat, I can't find the estimate. Can you remind me what the total is going to be? And I had accidentally, I hit the wrong button on the text. I hit 2,600 instead of 2,300, which is what we agreed upon. And I corrected it immediately, but he didn't see the correction. He hit me back. He's like, oh, geez, that's an awful lot. I don't think we agreed on that. So I went and found the original estimate in my phone, and I sent him a picture of it, and I said, yeah, Dennis, look, I did hit the wrong button. I had corrected it immediately, and then I called him to make sure we were good, and he was perfectly good with it. Went there. The job went phenomenally well. Came out beautifully. I couldn't have been happier with it. It only took us about 3 hours to do because I had a buddy give me a hand, and made $1,000 minus the money I gave my buddy, which is 3 hours, $150 plus I lent him 150. What a great day, right? All around beautifully, and and what I consider that, guys, was sharing the gratitude, right? Because I'm incredibly grateful for the fresh start and all the beautiful things that are happening in my life. And Jimmy was somebody who was always there for me on my at the worst of days, and he was always encouraging me to get off the drugs. But at the same time, when I needed something, he was there to help me out, even though it was against his better judgment. He was a friend to me, so it felt good to be able to be a friend to him today when he needed it, and it made for a phenomenal day. Let's see. With that being said, what else is going on today? That was pretty much it. It's a beautiful 80-degree day. We're getting some rain coming in now. But yeah, I mean, what a phenomenal day, guys. I'm so incredibly grateful for this new life that I'm leading. I went over, and again, I'm upfront about things today. I made a mistake when I texted the customer the wrong price, but I made sure I texted right to him, and then I followed through and made a phone call to make sure that there was no misunderstandings. Didn't want him to think I was trying to, change the price, and that's why I backed up and I sent him another copy of the estimate, and he was really thrilled with that. As a matter of fact, while I was there today, he went over 2 more things he has at the house and asked me if I could come back Tuesday. So paid me on the spot, and then I'm going back to that same property on Tuesday to do more work. Guys, when you make good decisions, when you do good work, when when you're upbeat, polite, pleasant, and again, first of all, you got to do quality work. If you cut corners and you don't do a good job, this guy's. I do a lot of work in his rental properties. This is his personal house. This is why we put a very high-end glass shower door, door system in, and it worked out beautifully. But when you do these things, guys, it opens up the door. Like, I could have charged them a lot more. I think if another company coming in, I think it was like 25 and change, and I came in a little bit under that. And again, I still made phenomenal money for the day, and I made the guy very happy. He knows I'm looking out for him, knows I'm taking care of him, and he's throwing me more and more work, and that's how my life goes today, guys. It's about always picking up the phone. I mean, I get feedback on a daily basis today that's shocking, because I'm going over and above in every situation, and I believe, and people can argue with me all they want, but I believe because of everything that I'm doing, that God is seeing what I'm doing, and He's sending the right people to me, and He's letting me be seen by the right people to show me that I am on the right course. I mean, things are just phenomenally beautiful in my life today. Yesterday being the 2nd of the month, my Massachusetts SNAP benefits, my EBT, reloaded, and it was hilarious. I checked my card before I went grocery shopping to make sure it was good to go, and it had this second benefit on it with like another $30 on there, and I'm like, yep, what is that? So I looked it up online, and what it is an incentive when you buy fresh fruits and vegetables that are locally grown. They give you dollar for dollar on your next month, a benefit. And I'm like, wow. I mean, that might have been going on before, but I was never eating fresh fruits and vegetables, and again, here I am trying to eat better and trying to be healthier, and there's another blessing that comes down the pike. Now, again, that's not special to me. That's special, that's just something that anybody on the EBT program can take advantage of, and I didn't know that, and it was fantastic to know that. And again, I'm not going to do anything special to do it, but it just encourages me to keep eating healthier. And again, that's the beauty of it, guys. I used to drink a ton of Coca-Cola, and I still enjoy my Coca-Cola, but I have a 20-ounce glass, 20-ounce Coca-Cola a day, as opposed to I used to have multiple 2 liters, multiple 20-ounce ones, and I drink Powerade and Propel Fitness water, and then just regular water today. And it's something I never did before, and I'm telling you that the only supplement I take is a regular daily multivitamin, and it's amazing the difference in how I feel. And it's amazing, like, the amount of, it's funny, because, again, now that the weather's here, we're not wearing bulky, multiple layers, and I'm literally up, I'm at 195 now. I was about 140, 145 when I went into rehab 4 months ago, so I'm up the better part of 50 pounds, and that's very noticeable. And it's funny, when people see me today, they're like, wow, what are you doing? And it just stands out, like, they know. One of the kids that works for a dog that I used to work with, Edwin, I bumped into him at the gym yesterday, and same thing. He's like, Jesus Christ, look at you look good. And I saw him this morning come up and said, hey, let me know when you go to the gym next. I'd like to work out with you. And that's just a compliment, right? And the thing is, I like to work out alone because people tend to meander, and I get in and get it done and get out. I'm not one to just hang around the gym. It's one thing that drives me crazy, guys, and I'm going to put that out there. When you're at the gym and there's a lot of people there and there's people waiting to use the machine, don't sit on the phone for 20 minutes between your sets scrolling. It's just rude, and it's not something people should do. And I make sure I don't do that. It's phenomenal. It's just the encouragement that I get from every aspect of my life today. That's why I share these lessons, guys. Literally, living intentionally, living sober, and living to be of service to other people and service to your higher power is just an unbelievably winning record. It's a recipe for just a beautiful, beautiful existence. After I get out of work today, I came home and had some leftovers that I got for dinner last night, and then I went out and did some clothes shopping because, I'm noticing that, the good weather's here. I didn't have all the shorts that I have are all work shorts, and that's great. But I wanted to get a couple pairs of shorts for the gym, and so I went out and did a little bit of clothes shopping, and that's something I hate to do. I typically don't clothes shop. But today I enjoyed it, you know what I mean? I take my time, and I stopped and found something I was happy with, and it's just great, guys. It's finding joy in the simple pleasures in life is hugely important, because then you're not looking for something outside of yourself to keep you happy and to make you happy, and that's when you start to find true happiness. When you work on yourself and you find happiness from within, you find the kingdom of heaven from within, you literally start to magnetize beautiful experiences and blessings into your life, and that's why I encourage all of you to do it. So many people think that, making the almighty dollar and having money to go blow on trinkets and shiny things is going to make them happy, and at the end of the day, they're not. And I never was either, and I'm finding today, because it's not about that. I get happy seeing the numbers in my bank account grow, because I know I can turn around and use that money to invest in the next project that I'm going to be GCing on, so I'll make money on both ends of that. And these are the things that make me happy, guys, because these are the things that say, okay, now I'm starting to build generational wealth. I'm going to start owning rental properties that will bring passive income into my life, as well as working. Once I have a project that I own, and then I'll rent it for a year, build some equity, and I'll use that to buy a second one, and so on and so forth. And when I have about 30 rental units, then I will be at a point where I can start thinking about retiring. And again, you hear me saying I can think about the next thing. It's not making me happy. I'm making me happy. I'm happy today. I'm happy with who I am. But I'm making plans for my long-term security, which is something I'm way late. I'm 52 years old. I should have been doing this 30 years ago. And I encourage all of you to do so. But at the same time, I'm not sitting and saying, oh, woe is me, I can't do this because I waited too long. No. There's no time like the present to start making positive changes in your life. And if you do, and you do them well, they're going to work out beautifully for you. But any amount of positivity you add to your life is going to reward you in some way. The more you put in, the more you'll get out. And guys, we'll leave it at that Saturday night. I hope you're all having a good time. I'm going to cook myself a nice roast beef dinner, and then I'm going to look online. Actually, we got severe thunderstorms coming in. I might actually go up on the roof deck and with the umbrella and just sit there and watch the thunderstorms. Or I'm going to look online and see what kind of activities they have going on in the city tonight, and maybe go out and just get out and be amongst people tonight. And I encourage all of you, live your life, live in the moment. Live intentionally. Give reverence to your higher power. Put faith in yourself. Invest in yourself. Build your life first, and then start going out and enjoying it. Guys, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Remember, God loves you. I love you. We'll see you in the next one.